Sister Wives Season 20 hasn't been confirmed yet, but it probably will be soon. And if producers decide to shift the focus from Kody and Robyn Brown to other cast members, it could be amazing or a disaster. After watching the series for years, I think it may be time to take a chance by shaking up the show. Making another cast member the main star could change the energy, creating something brand new. If Sister Wives Season 20 follows the same predictable path, there might be more boring scenes, where viewers feel like they've seen and heard it all before. How many times can viewers really be captivated by arguments over Coyote Pass, or get emotionally invested in Robyn and Kody's bickering? There's always a saturation point. People need change to feel alive. Life isn't supposed to stay exactly the same. While the same may feel safe, it's not energizing or thought-provoking. Life is ultimately about evolving through learning and feeling. On the series, in Sister Wives Season 19, there was definitely major drama, with the family falling apart. This change was necessary, but it seemed catastrophic. Real change can hurt, even when it's for the best. Now that the dust has settled, it's time to consider the more repetitive aspects of the show and how to make the on-screen action inventive and exciting. 5. Robyn and Kody could get less screen time. Would that be good or bad? Robyn's always playing her little violin, letting the world know that life with Kody isn't some bed of roses. In the clip above, Kody's queen vents, saying that Kody picks fights with me over dumb things. She feels like he's sabotaging their relationship. She also said they're in different places in their lives. While every couple argues, I feel like Robyn's history of crying all the time over minor things may be a sign that the tears in the video shown above don't necessarily mean she's crying on the inside. Sure, she may be upset, but this is what she wanted. She wanted Kody all to herself. It's almost like she's trying to downplay her happiness after achieving the end game, which was monogamy with Kody. If she didn't talk about arguing with Kody, she'd be perceived as the cat who got the cream. A woman with a very fancy house, all of Kody's love and attention, and a David Yurman ring that matches Kody's. This kind of stuff really inflames the fans, as some believe she got what she has at Janelle, Mary, and Christine Brown's expense. Robyn can't even post on Instagram anymore. The negativity's too extreme. Her most recent post from 2019 is an affirmation, "Let everything you do be done in love," and it led to some serious roasting. The quote from the Bible brought out the very worst in fans. One critic, Malaysia_7, lambasted Robyn, saying, "You ruined this family." Since I feel she's highlighting negative things on the show in order to seem more like a normal person, I don't necessarily relate to her. I don't always trust Robyn 100%. I think back to when she used to pretend that polygamy was the greatest thing ever. While it's possible that she did believe that at first, I believe it's just as likely that she always wanted a traditional marriage. Robyn's definitely got that trad wife thing happening. It's not something I personally am into, but with Robyn's purple floral blouses and old-fashioned lifestyle, it seems like she's just where she always wanted to be. Is a life that allows her to blow $70K on American Girl dolls really so hard? Sometimes it probably is, but maybe she's hiding the really fun stuff. It's easy to understand why she would. Robyn impressed me sometimes, particularly when she finally got real about wanting monogamy. I'm sure it was very cleansing and healing for her to really be herself with others. I feel like she plays a part sometimes, of course, we all do at times. I don't mean to sound judgmental. It's just that she's afraid of backlash, and based on how people treated her on Instagram. With Kody and Robyn, there is so much predictability. It's frequently possible to guess exactly what they'll say and do. If the spotlight shifted to another cast member, Kody and Robyn might be able to regroup and start bringing something new to the show, which might pump blood and life into it. It could be a good thing. 4. Janelle could become Season 20's big star. She deserves the spotlight. After all she's been through, Janelle is a special person. She's not average. While she was often perceived as Kody's buddy, a wife who was more of a platonic pal, she's all woman, and now that she's free of Kody, she can really find herself. When women grow up believing that men should be in charge, it conditions them to accept certain things that they might not put up with if they were raised with different beliefs. Janelle and all the exes are grappling with this. What's life like without a man of the house? Yes, Christine has a husband, but that relationship seems to be about equality, which I love. Can new lives actually be better than what the exes had? Yes, definitely, absolutely. To surrender all of that conditioning can be a powerful thing, a liberating process of personal growth. While some people are happy in plural marriages and some women sincerely preferred trad wife roles, Janelle grew more uncomfortable in the Brown family over time. As a Taurus woman, she desperately needs stability, financial security, love she can count on even on the worst days, warmth, affection, good food, nature, laughter. With Kody, these Taurian delights were often few and far between. She could not be happy in that situation. Now, with Janelle's Tata Farms venture taking off, she'll sell flowers and already sells t-shirts, and a holistic life detox in progress, she's taking the reins. She's finding new ways to earn money after being left in dire straits following her split with Kody. Janelle's looking within and asking some hard questions. She's figuring out what her heart, mind, and body need, and how she can nourish her soul. Healthy habits like meditation and writing in a journal help her to quiet the noise of modern society and strengthen her faith. After Garrison's passing, this is so important. Her journey is important. Janelle's a mother who's grieving, just as Kody, Garrison's father, is. Janelle's also a divorced woman who left a spiritual union because Kody wasn't there for her during the pandemic, and her efforts to deepen their connection went nowhere. He said he cared, but really, when they were together, the bitterness hung in the air, poisoning the atmosphere. It's not just him who's bitter, it's her too. Who Janelle is now is what I want to see on screen. Her situation is a fascinating blend of modern and old-fashioned. She's going it alone as a mother and single woman in the modern world. However, she's come out of a relationship model that seems to harken back to another time. In a sense, going from what she had to how it is now is like spiritual time travel. She is thoroughly in the modern world now, and seeing how she handles all the ups and downs, so far, with exceptional grace and honesty, would be fascinating. She's my pick as the most fascinating main star option for the show, but some fans might not accept a deviation from the status quo. 3. Meri could show the world how she's changed. Meri's blooming like an American beauty rose. Meri looks gorgeous in her most recent Instagram post, as seen above. In season 19, she was a bit worn down, she didn't glow. She was like a lovely painting that needed a little restoring. Meri didn't rely on a man to get her groove back. Instead, she found her mojo solo. In the picture shown here, her pretty pale blue eyes pop. She's artfully applied makeup that makes them look like two glittering jewels. She wears a bright blue top that suits her coloring to perfection. Meri's got herself together. Losing a man meant finding something else, the will to live for herself alone. Often depicted as meek and mild, Meri's anything but. A lot of that was Kody's doing, to downplay his own meanness, which I felt bordered on emotional abuse at times. He had to cast Meri in the role of Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh, a downtrodden creature who hangs its head. No, Meri's not that. Since she abandoned all hope with Kody, she's become so strong, she is radiant. As a Sister Wives main star, she could show off her Worthy Up business, an online platform where she shares wisdom and helps subscribers to build their self-esteem. She could flaunt a possible new romance with Brandon Stone. She could be filmed having fun with her pals. Life without Kody doesn't mean crying in a dark room, although I'm sure she's done that before. Who hasn't? Meri is ascending, but Kody and Robyn keep traveling in the same loop, complaining and blaming. 2. Christine can flaunt her happy marriage. She's found the fountain of youth. Christine looks so beautiful since fleeing her marriage with Kody. Like Meri and Janelle, Christine's slimmer, fitter, and more luminous than ever before. Beauty isn't about a certain size or shape. When I go out, I always notice the people who look happy, and to me, they are always the most attractive. In fact, in my opinion, the sexiest thing of all is when a person's trying not to laugh, and they just lose it. They begin laughing, and it's a wonderful thing. So I think it's really joy that's making these women come to life. It's hope and anticipation and fun and possibility. The number on the scale may matter in terms of health, but in terms of beauty, there's more to the equation, and contentment looks good on everyone. That's why I think Christine's new relationship with David, whom she married, is her fountain of youth. It's released a childlike sense of play that is heating her up and making her feel amazing. She's vibrant, really sucking the marrow out of life. David seems adventurous enough to please his bold bride, who could never be content with Kody's lack of passion for her. She needs some fire, some blazing love that really warms her heart. On screen, she can show the world what she created out of sheer, awe-inspiring bravery. Christine took the leap of faith, diving into the unknown. She had no idea what fate had in store. She was the first to leave, the pioneer, and now she has it all. As a main star, she's life-affirming and strong. However, Christine's always had a softer side. She was the one who kept the home beautiful and cared for the kids. She's a baker and a cook. Christine's got so many facets, just like every woman. I'd love to learn more about her life away from Kody. I don't feel he's a part of her spiritual journey anymore. But they could share some scenes, with the focus shifted to Christine's life with David. One sister wives' kids could become a focus. Peyton and Gwendolyn Brown are charismatic and controversial. Sister wives' kids have had interesting lives. It's not easy to grow up in the spotlight. Two of Kody's kids he shares with Christine are particularly good candidates for more screen time in a possible season 20. Peyton and Gwendolyn Brown both have star quality, that intangible something that comes across as X Factor. Both are outspoken enough to bring the drama. In fact, they really sound off online, and they've even attacked each other verbally. While they are the most obvious choices for more screen time, Kody has 17 children, may Garrison rest in peace, and all would add value to the series. Everything doesn't have to be about Kody and Robyn. In fact, in my eyes, their aesthetic is often quite tired. If Sister Wives producers decide to highlight other people for a change, viewers might love the results. However, on the flip side, there's always the chance that changing the formula could end the series. A Sister Wives cast shakeup could demote Kody and Robyn and put Christine in the spotlight. Sister Wives Season 19 has been a wild ride, and Robyn and Kody have clashed on screen, showing off the darker side of their relationship. So maybe producers will choose to focus on Christine Brown in a possible Season 20. For 19 installments, Kody has aired his journey with 4 wives. Now, it's just him and Robyn and the ghosts of the past that continue circulating day in and day out. There's a lot of negativity and darkness. Kody's very irritable, even Robyn's complained about his attitude. As well, Kody's fighting with his exes over the fate of Koyo Pass. Meanwhile, the man who pushed 3 wives away has said that his exes and their kids turned on him only because he fell in love with Robyn. However, there may be more to it than that. For example, Kody won't sell Koyo Pass, even though 2 other wives, Janelle and Mary Brown, own stakes in the property. They want it sold so they can get paid. That leaves Kody in the driver's seat, but unwilling to really drive anywhere. He is stalling. If the focus shifted to a cheerier cast member, Christine, the show's energy could become electric. Christine's in a better place in her life. She's found real happiness. Maybe it's time for a cast shakeup. Kody and Robyn argue with each other and everyone else. While some drama is desirable in a reality series, the issue is that the fights always seem the same. Kody never really takes accountability for all that he's done, and that means that he doesn't grow a lot as a person. Kody just continues playing the victim with everyone around him, even his long-suffering exes and some of their children. Meanwhile, Sister Wives Christine Brown's a whole new woman. She's happier than she's ever been. If she was the main star of a potential Sister Wives Season 20, she might light up screens, offering viewers more hope, good energy, and inspiration. As it stands, Kody's bringing a lot of shadowy energy. He doesn't really seem like a role model. Christine, on the other hand, who was brave enough to leave and find happiness, is a shining light. She's someone it's easy to look up to. Christine's got David, and they have amazing adventures. They're renting out a second property together. David and Christine are building an Arab empire. The first Utah home they decided to rent out is beautiful, situated close to gorgeous hiking trails and majestic red rocks. Christine has healthy and loving bonds with her kids. Even the bombastic Peyton Brown melts around his mother. Christine's riding a wave of joy. Watching her smile feels so good. Since Christine's so jolly and hopeful, she could energize Sister Wives, turning a sometimes tired series into something totally new. Above, she gets real, talking about how fear held me back. In life, we all have to face what scares us head-on, the metaphorical monsters that attack us, trying to destroy our dreams or peace of mind, can be battled and even defeated. Christine is living proof that this is possible. Kody and Robyn could still be featured on the series, but maybe not as much. The change might be good for everyone. If the show continues with Kody and Robyn arguing with the exes, who are holding a lot of bitterness, and without a firm decision about Koyo Pass, it might actually lead to the show's denouement. How long can viewers watch the same scenes unfold? With Christine as the leading cast member, Sister Wives could be about multiplying love in a whole new way through bravery, optimism, and adventure. As the trailblazer who fled the family, searching for joy and fulfillment, she seems like the right leader, especially since Kody's still so resentful over the downfall of the Brown family. He doesn't seem to understand that he was the prime mover in that situation. Perhaps he never will. Christine is a Sister Wives queen. She should reign on the series. A truly warm and alive woman like Christine can lead without the pettiness. Remember how she sold her share of Coyote Pass for a measly $10, just to be done with the whole situation. Happiness and freedom meant more to her than money. That is the type of woman who can invigorate a series poisoned by endless and meandering feuds. Christine knows how to go into the light, and I want her to take us on her magical mystery tour. While Kody and Robyn might be the secret ingredient that keeps this show spicy, the on-screen drama feels a bit stilted lately. If the two had less screen time, maybe they could work on their problems and then come back strong in a possible season 21. A little time out could help them to count their blessings and show off a new spirit of gratitude in a future installment. Sister Wives cast members are in stalemate, and if producers make a move, it'll change the whole game. Does she envy Kody's freewheeling exes Janelle Neri and Christine Brown? Sister Wives star Robyn Brown used to be all about polygamy, but something changed and she became the ultimate monogamist, turning on a dime and embracing a traditional married lifestyle with Kody Brown. Now, she's seemingly gone full trad wife. Robyn's decked out in purple floral that's decidedly dated and embracing life as a homemaker in a $2.1 million house. She's got the kids and the masses of dolls, and she and Kody wear matching David Yurman rings. Once a dyed-in-the-wool plural marriage fan, Robyn's now totally into old-school married life with Kody. It's just the two of them, and there's sometimes trouble in paradise, but that doesn't mean that Robyn's going to throw in the towel. She appears to be in it for the long haul, even though she has issues with Kody, saying on screen that he picks fights over dumb things. While Robyn changed, abandoning the passive-aggressive tactics of the past by letting the world know that she feels disrespected if Kody took another wife, she's still got that old-fashioned woman thing happening. Trad wives let men take the lead. These women idealize a 1950s-inspired lifestyle. Some, including me, might argue that the 1950s lifestyle was oppressive. There were major social issues, including racism, which made a lot of people long for change. Homophobia was a thing. People were expected to conform. All of these injustices and restrictions led to an extreme about-face. Hippies embraced flower power, rejecting that whole leave it to Beaver thing. Despite all this, there are women who want to go back in time, living out the fantasy of being 1950s housewives who get appliances extra shiny and prepare dinner party delicacies of the era, such as ham jello salad and oysters Rockefeller. Maybe they whip up Manhattan cocktails for their Don Draper look-alike hubbies. Mad Men Season 1 was set in 1960, right on the cusp of change. Is Kody the trad husband? He is, but there are red flags. I fell in love with Robyn. I never fell in love with anybody else. Kody. Okay, Sister Wives Kody Brown doesn't look like the Mad Men leading man Don, but except for the rampant cheating, Kody is very faithful. The Sister Wives patriarch might act like him sometimes. He likes to be in charge, and mostly, Robyn is okay with that. The fictional ad man Don grew up in a different time, when women didn't have a lot of power. Kody was raised with polygamous beliefs, which are quite patriarchal. However, as seen in the clip above, where he shows off a ring that matches Robyn's, Kody's 100% committed to his relationship. Kody dotes on his feminine soulmate, whose eyes are often filled with tears. He clearly loves that damsel in distress quality. So the Mad Men star and the reality icon do have something in common. That may be why the ultra-feminine Sobbin' Robyn gets along with Kody. She's apparently happy to be a wife who doesn't go out to work at a typical day job, although she has dabbled in jewelry design. She reportedly came into her marriage with over $33,000 in credit card debt, some from Victoria's Secret, a brand that took the heavy hit because it wouldn't expand its idea of what beauty is until it was almost too late. Robyn seems to have quite a luxe lifestyle, but maybe the trad wife lifestyle has its downside. Robyn must go out of her way to get along with a man who's quite often cranky and bitter. She has said he's trying to sabotage their relationship. In my opinion, and others may disagree, the tradwife thing only works when the man involved is benevolent, not malevolent. If a man starts out good and then slides into villain territory, a tradwife may feel too dependent on a cruel partner. Have you watched Mad Men? Dawn's wife, played by January Jones, was often very unhappy. It wasn't just about Dawn's infidelity, it was the restlessness of not having a purpose that really nourished her soul. Motherhood and the traditional role she was in didn't fulfill her. Part of that show's resonance stems from the fact that the characters were trying to break out of the 1950s mold and find themselves. So #tradwife life isn't always sunshine and rainbows. It might not be for Robyn either. It has to be said that Sister Wives Robyn Brown earns her own money from show appearances, just like Kody does. So she is not financially dependent on him. However, they have clashed about their spending habits. She wants to spend more freely to boost her quality of life, while he would prefer to save. Janelle said Kody held the purse strings during their spiritual union, and maybe now she has to get permission to buy the things she wants. Their marriage may still be that traditional. If so, she could feel too dependent on Kody sometimes. Maybe she wants to step into her power more, as she did when she shared her thoughts on monogamy. It seems like tradwife life isn't giving Robyn the same kind of contentment that it should. She has the fancy house, the jewelry, the kids, and the white picket fence, but something may be missing. Otherwise, why would she spend $70,000 on dolls acquired via Etsy, as per without a crystal ball at Instagram? Sure, she may just love dolls, but if her spending habits are real, it seems like she's shopping to fill a void. Shopaholics try to soothe their stress with purchases, which can actually lead to financial problems. Wenling Brown said Kody's sending very crazy at her YouTube channel, and maybe that's because he's trying to make his traditional wife happy. However, what Robyn really needs isn't another doll in a pretty dress. It's an emotionally stable male who's able to weather life's ups and downs without getting so rattled. Kody seems jaded these days. Life has hardened him. Kody's supposed to be the tradwife's man of the house, but he's falling down on the job, lashing out erratically and letting his existential dread show. He's not the smiling dad of yesteryear. He's not a cheery guy who's thrilled to be monogamous, and that was probably what Robyn expected him to be. Kody's grieving the loss of his son, Garrison Brown. That is going to change a person, dramatically darkening their worldview. It is trauma. So #tradlife may have its perks, but maybe Robyn's growing weary of some of its more negative aspects. Hanging everything on a man can end in disaster. If it doesn't work out, what does a woman have left? While trad life clearly makes a lot of men and women happy, it's a gamble, just like every other type of relationship. There's no wrong or right, just the certain knowledge that Robyn's not as happy as she used to be. Meanwhile, Janelle, the family's worker bee, like Peggy Olson from Mad Men, played by Elizabeth Moss, is starting over with a new business, Tata Farms. Christine, sassy and bold like Christina Hendricks' Mad Men character, Joan Harris, is blazing her own trail with David Woolley, her new husband. Mary, so wholesome like Mad Men's Trudy Campbell, played by Alison Brie, is starting over, showing a little edge thanks to a glow-up and her worthy of company. Sister Wives isn't Mad Men, but there are parallels, and Robyn and Kody may find that their 1950s fantasy isn't really feasible anymore, any more than their Coyote Pass pipe dream was. Maybe they can work out their problems. However, I don't get the sense that they're having their happily ever after, whether Robyn's a true trad wife or not. Robyn's definitely got that trad wife thing happening. It's not something I personally am into, but with Robyn's purple floral blouses and old-fashioned lifestyle, it seems like she's just where she always wanted to be. Is a life that allows her to blow $70K on American Girl dolls really so hard? Sometimes it probably is, but maybe she's hiding the really fun stuff. It's easy to understand why she would. Robyn impressed me sometimes, particularly when she finally got real about wanting monogamy. I'm sure it was very cleansing and healing for her to really be herself with others. I feel like she plays a part sometimes, of course. We all do at times. I don't mean to sound judgmental. It's just that she's afraid of backlash, and based on how people treated her on Instagram, and when Robyn's creepy doll obsession was revealed, as per without a crystal ball, she has good reason to live in fear. With Kody and Robyn, there is so much predictability. It's frequently possible to guess exactly what they'll say and do. If the spotlight shifted to another cast member, Kody and Robyn might be able to regroup and start bringing something new to the show, which might pump blood and life into it. It could be a good thing. Subscribe to our channel for daily updates. Always be the first to get news. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.